Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us at AI UK. My name is Kirsty Whitaker, and I'm the Programme Director for Tools, Practices and Systems at the Alan Turing Institute. And I co-lead the Turing Way project with Dr. Malvika Sharan, who on the day that I'm recording this video is receiving a JISC Community Championship Award. So huge congratulations to Malvika. I'm delighted to spend a few minutes telling you a bit more about the Turing Way and how our work investing in human infrastructure can take forward the culture changes that are necessary for data science projects to meet their ambitions of changing the world for the better. I'd like you to start by imagining a collaborative project. It can be any collaborative project, maybe in healthcare, maybe in environmental science, but it could easily be economics or engineering. And it'll probably be created by bringing together domain experts that identify questions that are meaningful to them. And one of the safeguards that those domain experts may put in place to avoid wasting their time is to check with members of the public that the research question they've focused on is worthwhile and in service of a social good. So they'll do some public engagement. And assuming that the public then agree that this is a worthwhile question, you can start to think about consulting with and bringing on board the data experts. So what data could answer this question? Where can it be found? What are the processes required to get access to it? And then hand in hand with that conversation, we have to bring in some statisticians. These are the data scientists who can say whether the big picture question can be modeled in some way and what caveats would need to be considered. And I hope you can see where I'm going with this iterative diagram. Those statisticians will need to speak with the domain experts, and it's quite likely that the specific research question will change. And then they'll go to the members of the public to check their alignment with the work and back around to the data and the stats experts. And this cycle will likely need to happen multiple times, not just at the beginning of the project, but actually as the work continues to be conducted. So here's the infrastructure element. If these different people are not A, available at the same time, nor B, have the skills needed to take forward the conversations, the project will move very slowly. And alternatively, members of the public may be tokenized and asked to rubber stamp project plans. Data stewards could curate data that's not actually appropriate for the final question. And almost every statistician in the audience will know that statisticians are often brought in too late in the design and development process, leading to difficult to interpret models or results that don't quite meet the original goals. So we need to have smoother processes, and it's quite likely that we're going to need to upskill people to be able to participate in these interdisciplinary conversations, particularly if we want them to have meaningful engagement in a timely fashion. So here's where the Turing Way community are trying to help. So our project is designed as socio-technical infrastructure to support people around the world to exchange best practices for reproducible, ethical, and collaborative research, to drive community-based development, maintenance, and the sustainability of research, and to build interconnected systems of open software, data, communities, and processes. And we're particularly keen to discuss with you how different people can sit at the intersections of the four corners of that diagram on the previous slide. So research software engineers, for example, can bridge data, software, and domain expertise. Data stewards can communicate data management practices with domain experts and members of the public. Community managers can support the training and upskilling of all members of the collaboration to make sure that everyone can participate in the conversation and they can be part of an inclusive co-creation process. And finally, our team of research application managers, the RAMs, who've been coordinating the research in action workshops, can break out of that loop, possibly entirely, and bring in the users, the people beyond just the members of the public who will benefit from this work. They can make sure that our research projects move from being open and technically usable to actually used, deployed in the real world. So we hope you can join us for our Turing Way workshop from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Wednesday, on the second day of AI UK. And even if you can't join the workshop, you can join our open source project in lots and lots of different ways. Please follow us on Twitter check out our GitHub repository, or join one of our online co-working collaboration cafes, which occur twice every month.